So it was while I was in Mowe that the police came to apprehend us. I even thought that it was because we left with the man's phone, that was why they came to apprehend us, and we gave them the phone and the SIM card, only to find out later that time that we thought he was pretending, he was already dead.
3 years ago, a hotel room in Ilorin became the scene of a death that would knock Kwara State and dominate headlines across Nigeria. When hotel staff first opened the door that morning, they discovered the body of Adeniyi Ojo, a well-known businessman, hotel owner, and socialite. His hands were tied, his legs were bound, his mouth had been gagged. At first glance, the room offered very few answers. There were no obvious signs of violent struggle. Yet the last people seen entering that room with him were 2 young women who had quickly walked away just few minutes earlier, telling staff they were only going out to buy drinks. They never returned. Within days, police tracked the women hundreds of kilometers away in Mowe, Ogun State. What investigators say they uncovered will transform an unexplained death into one of Kwara State's most widely discussed homicide cases. But even 3 years later, one question still lingers. Was this a robbery that spiraled into tragedy, or was the outcome inevitable from the moment that hotel room door closed? This is the disturbing story of Adeniyi Ojo. For more true life stories, kindly subscribe to the channel. The morning of September 28, 2023 began like any other day at Waterview Hotel in Ilorin. But around 10 a.m., concern began to spread among staff. The hotel's managing director, Adeniyi Ojo, had not left his room. He wasn't answering his phone. Repeated knocks on the door were met with silence. Only a short while earlier, 2 young women who had entered the room with him had walked out, telling staff they were stepping out to buy drinks. Something about their behavior made the receptionist suspicious. After several unanswered knocks, staff forced the door open. Inside, they found Adeniyi Ojo lying motionless on the bed. According to the police, his hands and legs had been tied. His mouth had been gagged with a piece of cloth. Curiously, officers reported there were no immediate visible signs of physical violence. His body was taken to the hospital where doctors confirmed he was dead before it was transferred for an autopsy. What initially appeared to be a mysterious death quickly became a homicide investigation. Adeniyi Ojo was a respected businessman in Ilorin. He owned and managed Waterview Hotel and was known in social circles across Kwara State. He was also the son of Chief Emmanuel Ojo, a prominent figure in the state. To many, he appeared successful, but detectives weren't focused on his public image. They wanted to know who had been with him during his final hours. That trail led to 2 young women. Police later identified the women as Joy Adama Joseph, 22, and David Favor, 23. According to investigators, they had spent time with Adeniyi Ojo inside the hotel room shortly before his death. After leaving the hotel, they disappeared. For several days, detectives followed leads, reviewed evidences, and traced their movements. The investigation eventually led officers to Mowe in Ogun State, where both women were arrested. What police revealed in the course of the investigation will shape the entire case. According to the Nigeria Police Force, the meeting inside the hotel room was part of a robbery plan. Investigators allege the suspects persuaded Adeniyi Ojo to take part in what they described as a BDSM encounter. Believing it to be consensual roleplay, Ojo allegedly allowed his hands and legs to be tied. Police said that once he was restrained, the plan changed. Investigators alleged that the women searched his pockets for cash but found very little. Their attention then shifted to his mobile phone. According to police, they attempted to unlock it using facial recognition so they could gain access to his bank account. Investigators further alleged that when Ojo resisted, he was drugged, gagged, and eventually suffocated. Police say the suspects left the room, believing they had completed the robbery. Instead, they left behind a dead man. After their arrest, one of the suspects spoke publicly while being interrogated by the police.
We did not discover he was dead until when the police apprehended us. Me, I went home to Mowe, so it was while I was in Mowe that the police came to apprehend us. I even thought that it was because we left with the man's phone, that was why they came to apprehend us, and we gave them the phone and the SIM card, only to find out later that time that we thought he was pretending, he was already dead. We went with the rope, refno, and one small kitchen knife that was blunt, because when he started eating my friend, the kitchen knife that was in my hand, he tried to bend the knife, but the knife didn't cut his hand because the knife was blunt. We held the knife just to make him scared. Like, the knife was not even sharp at all. It's like all these birthday knife they used to cut cake. So instead of that, when he was eating my friend, that pointy part of the knife, I was using it to like pierce him a little and begging him that he should stop eating my friend, that like if he should stop eating her, that we're not going to hurt him or anything. But he kept on eating her until when he suddenly went calm.
The confession of the suspects had formed part of the broader investigation. According to police, investigators recovered evidence suggesting attempts were made to gain access to Adeniyi Ojo's bank account. Police alleged his SIM card was removed from his phone and inserted into another device. Investigators say several attempts were made to transfer money. Those attempts allegedly failed because the banking system required one-time password, commonly known as OTP. Police also stated that items allegedly connected to the incident were recovered during the investigation. Taken together, investigators concluded that what began as an attempted robbery had ended in a fatal homicide. As the case spread across television, newspaper and social media, many reports describe both suspects as students of Kwara State Polytechnic. The institution later issued a public statement. According to the Polytechnic, both women had already been withdrawn from the school because of poor academic performance and were no longer students when the incident occurred. It was another detail that changed the public understanding of the case. Police charged both suspects with culpable homicide and armed robbery. During the initial court proceedings, prosecutors argued that allegations were too serious for bail. The court adjourned the matter as the legal process continued. As with every criminal prosecution, the allegations remain subject to judicial determination. 3 years later, the Adeniyi Ojo case remains one of Kwara State's most haunting criminal investigation. What began as a private encounter ended in tragedy, leaving behind a grieving family. Lives forever changed, and questions continue to echo. Whether viewed as a robbery gone terribly wrong, or a crime that unfolded as investigators alleged, one truth remains undeniable. Adeniyi Ojo walked into the hotel room alive and never made it out. What are your thoughts on this case? Do you believe it was a robbery that escalated into tragedy, or something else entirely? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next investigation. Thanks for watching.